All right, today we're going to talk about something called cognitive restoration. Now that sounds pretty fancy, right? But really, it's all about getting your mental sharpness back. We're going to uncover those tiny, almost invisible habits that might be holding your brain back, and most importantly, we'll look at a super simple way you can reclaim that mental edge.
So let me just start with a question for you. Do you ever just feel foggy, like you're moving through a mental haze? It's not that you're tired exactly, but your thinking just isn't crisp, you know? Everything feels a little sluggish. If that sounds at all familiar, you are definitely not alone. And as it turns out, there's a really clear reason for it.
And here's what's so important to get right from the start. This feeling has nothing to do with how smart you are. You could be an absolute genius and still feel this way. The real issue is that some of our habits can actually cause our brains to operate on what's called a shallow level.
So let's dig into that, shall we? First up, the shallow brain problem. So what does this shallow brain actually feel like? Honestly, it's that classic hamster wheel feeling. You're busy, right? You're answering emails, you're jumping between a million tasks, your calendar's totally packed. But at the end of the day, do you ever stop and think, what did I actually accomplish today? It's that frustrating sensation of constant motion, but with no real forward momentum.
So what's really going on behind the scenes here? What's causing this mental fog? Well, let's pull back the curtain and meet the hidden culprits.
Okay, culprit number one is something called weak executive function. The easiest way to think about this is that your executive function is kind of like the CEO of your brain. It's supposed to be the part in charge of planning, staying focused, self-control, all the big picture stuff. So when that CEO is a little weakened, it becomes a real struggle to manage your thoughts and actions to actually get things done efficiently.
And then we have culprit number 2, low metacognition. And oh man, this one is huge. Metacognition is just a fancy word for thinking about your own thinking. When your metacognition is low, you're pretty much on autopilot. You just react without reflecting. You follow the same old habits without ever questioning them. You're just not really aware of the mental software that's running your behavior.
And you can see this play out in day-to-day life so clearly. Someone with low metacognition might keep making the same mistake over and over, and their first instinct is to blame a coworker or complain about the instructions. They'll just stick to a strategy even when it's obviously not working. But on the flip side, someone with high metacognition can step back and go, okay, what happened there? They learn from it, they take responsibility, and they know when it's time to switch gears.
Okay, but here is the absolute best part. None of this is a life sentence. These aren't fixed personality traits. They're skills, and you can always build new skills. So let's get to the good stuff. Let's talk about how to start reclaiming your mental edge.
All right, the crucial point is this, and it's way simpler than you might think. The simple act of recognizing these patterns is the most powerful first step you can take. The moment you can actually see a habit in action, like catching yourself blaming someone else, you're no longer just a passenger. You gain the power to choose a different response. Just that awareness by itself is the beginning of the solution.
And the process for this is so simple, it's beautiful. It's not some complex 10-step program, it's just 3 steps. First, just notice. In the moment, catch yourself doing it. Second, name it. Don't judge yourself, just label it in your head. Like, oh, there I go, blaming someone else again. By naming it, you create this tiny bit of space between you and the habit. And that little space, that's where all the magic happens. That's the start. That simple act literally begins to rewire your brain.
And this is really the key takeaway from all of this. You don't have to overhaul your entire life tomorrow. Real, actual improvement can begin in the very next moment, with the small but incredibly profound power of simply noticing.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. As you go about the rest of your day, what's just one shallow habit, just one, that you can start to notice? Maybe it's blaming traffic, maybe it's repeating a small mistake, maybe it's just mindlessly scrolling on your phone. Just pick one and see what happens when you simply start to notice it. You might be surprised.